All right, here we go. The Remembrance Day is over, so it's time to get to work. Let's quickly send out some notifications because that appears to inform people that the stream has started, which seems to be a good idea. Okay, there we go. Hey, how are you guys doing? I hope you're having a great day. Oh, I'm looking at my ender from a weird angle now. Look, we have a nice seating area that we found next to our ship, which now has lasers, which is a good upgrade, I would say. Lasers do be pretty nice. Okay, let's get up and get to work, you know? Because we're here to do some mining. Yesterday, I think it was, we did a little bit of mining, part of which was by hand, which wasn't all that efficient. So now let's get back into the ship and head out into the belt. You know that location? I know you do. I love these locations, but I wish they weren't despawn zones, which I've just posted a suggestion about in the main server as well. Because I think these should be... Oh wait, hey, did they finally remove the transmitters? I think those were on there, weren't they? Maybe they were somewhere else. They might have been on the bottom actually, like on one of these sides. I don't actually remember all that well. But I do know that I think they no longer have transponders, or transmitters, which is on the one hand sad, on the other hand I guess it makes sense, given that they are kind of outdated tech at this point. But hey, that's all fine. When did they add lasers? Mining lasers have been added for a very long time. Like, we're talking a year maybe at this point. But yeah, I don't know when exactly they were added. Can't listen right now, but I can watch the ship a bit. Gotcha. Well, most of it will be asteroids zooming by. I'm just going for some basic materials right now. I might go for some fancier stuff later. But for now, I really just need, like, material in general. Also, I know that my fuel is almost out. I have spare fuel rods with me. I actually added those earlier today. I have extra rods for, like an extra rod for every generator, which should be more than enough for now. For a good few trips, anyway. So, let's head back into the fog. I've also added a speedometer to this ship. Let's, where is my station? I guess it doesn't show up because there's too many others. Let me actually fix that. Transponders. I don't need unknown players. I still don't seem to see my own stations. Oh no, I'm just going the wrong way. I'm just blind. More trolling inbound. Well, I have my transponder off this time, so there shouldn't be any today. Assuming the Epic people aren't really good at stalking, which I don't think they are. They might be. Some of them I could see figuring out where I am. And some people have access to one or two of these stations, so I might be able to figure out the general direction I went, but I doubt there will be much trolling today. We'll see. Maybe if someone finds me. But I'm gonna be rather close to Origin for now. I might go back out a little bit further towards one of these stations, one of the Origin Alpha or Beta, which are like my stations. I need better names for them still, but I didn't have any. So then I can like do some Exorium mining, which I did that earlier today. I gathered a bit of Exorium, and my god, does it take a while to get back to Origin with this ship. It's not a very quick ship. So that really takes forever if you bring a full load of super heavy Exorium back from like 50k out. So we're going like a nice 100 km or meters per second now, which is, it's not great given that most ships will be able to fly at 150, but that means the to-do list is now empty because we've added light switches, or well, a light switch, the other one's for the door, and we have a speedometer, so we know our speed now, which is really good. We have upgrades. So what I'm mostly looking for would be Corrodium, probably, which in this area is in the gray Agitite asteroids. Not these are blue. There should be some gray ones around somewhere. But that's kind of like the most valuable save zone material there is, I think. At least early save zone. Because Exorium technically spawns in the save zone as well. Now the big question is where... Okay, that's a laborer. That's not an asteroid. Could go and try to mine that too, but I don't think that would work all that well. The sun's kind of at the wrong side of us, which doesn't make this any easier. I may have to fly a bit further out and then fly back and collect on the way. I think I see one there, though. Looks like a nicely sized one. Apart from the drifting, by the way, this ship feels surprisingly agile for how heavy it is. Because for the amount of crates I have on it, it's really heavy. Okay, so these, I think, always have corrodium in them. This is, I think, a tier 9 or 8. I'm not actually sure, but it's a decent asteroid, at least. So we turn on the collector. We have this new mining script I built last time. And it works really well. Or like the laser on script. It's really, really nice. So it takes a while for them to spool up because the generator needs to heat up first. So we are technically wasting a bunch of power, but that's fine. I should kind of also add something that checks whether the battery's running out, and if the battery is running out, it should reset back to, or turn the lasers back off. But I'm sort of too lazy for that. This might actually be a tier 6 or whatever, like a smaller one. I haven't scanned it, I should have. I've upgraded the scanner script as well. It now, instead of giving an output in kilovoxel, it gives an output in stacks, which is much more useful. And they are rounded down, or I guess you would call that floored, which is just easier to look at than having like 3 decimal points, because that is not ideal, obviously. Anyhow, how are you guys doing? Are you having a good day? We've had Remembrance Day today, so that's why the stream was a few minutes late. But that is every year on, I think it's the 4th today? Yeah, the 4th of May. It's just something we Dutch people consider very important, so no skipping out on that. And again, I think it's like a good thing to kind of think about that, you know, we are pretty lucky that we live in at least in this part of the world, relatively peaceful time right now. Of course, there are parts of the world really close to this, where that is less so the case right now. Which is quite sad to see, still. But also, there is not much I can do about that, sadly. Wish I could, but... Anyhow, see, this is a much better than the old pickaxe mining now. You know? Downgraded my scanner script from both KV and stack of shell to core to only core stacks. Makes sense. Only core, even. Playing Satisfactory feeling bad. Aw. That is not good. Satisfactory is, however, a very nice game. I do enjoy a bit of Satisfactory every once in a while, although not nearly enough lately. Yeah, it's a pretty great game. Can I get that last bit of corrodium? I think that was everything in this asteroid. There may be a little bit more, but that is not worth going for. Let's see, is there any more Agitite asteroids around? I think I saw another one somewhere. Oh, there's some more rocks coming in. Somewhere around here, but I don't know where exactly. Guess I'll just fly a bit further out. I am inside the safe zone, so smacking an asteroid isn't that bad. Though I will try not to do so, because I'm training for going out of the safe zone. Because I will soon. I actually have plans to get out of the safe zone soon. Which is going to be interesting. It is natural. Well, feeling bad isn't good if it's natural, though. Like, you know, it shouldn't be. It's understandable a lot of times, but like, it's not a good thing. This looks like a medium-ish sized asteroid, I guess, for current day standards. I will consume this. How full is my inventory? I didn't hook myself up to the resource bridge. Let's go and click back in there. And now we can, oh, see, this is what I mean. Luckily, the reverse on this ship, or the brakes, mostly, are like really decent. I think I went a little overboard. I have like half my forward thrust in brake thrust, which is excessive for a ship like this. Now, I think I have a lot of Valkite in here. Yeah, most of the inventory is full. Or Agitite. Let's remove all the Agitite for now. Because where I'm going to, that should be relatively close. Okay, we wait for the old mining laser to spool back up. And then I'm trying to find a certain page on the Starbase forums. There we go. There's this community resources page, and it has like a bunch of infographics made by community members, including me. Actually, some of the stuff I made is on there. Quite proud of that. But it's like a page people are keeping up with a bunch of information about different, like information about the game, which is quite nice to have. You know, stuff like what kind of materials spawn where-ish. It's not necessarily like there's a few overlap zones and stuff like that, but overall it should be relatively accurate, which is good. Also, I have upgraded from drinking ginger tea to drinking ginger and mint tea, which is a good upgrade, I would say. Of course, it's a completely different kind of tea from what Munch drinks, but, you know, that's completely fine. I also need to do something with this panel still. I'm not yet sure what I will do with it, so if you have ideas, let me know. But for now, it's just going to say Rookie says hi, because he added this with a Rookie says hi text, and decided to leave it on until I know a better goal for it. So yeah, if you have ideas for what should be on the panel, let me know. I'm working on something that will go on the panels in most of my ships at some point in the future. But that is currently far from finished. It's an ECOS, which is kind of like a ship operating system, I guess. Which should, in theory, once it's done, have a lot of customizability. Where I want to be, or I want people to at least be able to just add on modules, put an ECOS on it. Well, yeah, I will when it's finally done, but not yet. You know, it's far from done enough for that, sadly. Oh, it seems like people have started actually doing something now that Remembrance Day, the 2 minutes of silence for it are over. So the old internet is kind of crapping itself again. See, this is the kind of inventory I like to see. I wish we could auto-filter, though. That would be fabulous. But I guess we're not getting that anytime soon. We'll just have to manually do it for now. Which is okay. Now that we have the remove everything, or remove all of kind option, that makes it a lot easier to manually filter out material from your inventory. I'm very glad we got that option. Let's turn this off and see if we can collect an inventory full of... we have 4 copies of Agitite ore. Should be able to relatively quickly fill that all back up with corrodium. We now have a stack and a half of Agitite. Should now all be corrodium. Yeah, looks like it is. That is full, and that is mostly full. I think we are mostly full on corrodium now. Let's go! This is the kind of stuff I'm here for. Origin 7, we're going that way. Also, the reason I'm hopping out of my seat when I start flying... Wait, I actually came across someone. Who dis? Wait, I can just check. No, I can't yet. Who dis? Weejay. Hey, Weejay. How are you? Fancy seeing you here, mate. Yeah, let's say hi to him, and then we fly away because we're cool like that. Also finally bound my cruise to a button on my keyboard, which makes it a lot easier to fly this ship, you know. It's bound to space though, which is a bit weird, but normally I would have it on C, but C they've rebound to this shit. Hey! Oh, EJ, you're actually here! Did you actually stalk me out, or... Did you follow me out here? Or did you just happen to pass by? Because that was some fabulous timing. I didn't actually know that you were here. Wow. Well, hi, dude. That's fantastic. Wow. I've that's something I came across earlier today, where I was moving back towards Origin 7, and like as the station was coming out of the fog again, turn the sound up a bit louder though. It was a bit quiet. As I was coming out of the fog, so the station slowly became visible. There was suddenly some sort of horror-like music. You're very surprised you found me? I was actively looking, but I was just looking for a drive-by. Ah, gotcha. That was actually perfect then. Wow, I'm impressed. You actually found me. Because you don't have access to my station transponders, right? Maybe you have access to some of the other ones there, I guess. I believe there are some public ones, but still, that is an impressive find. You wish you had a laptop. Oh, I wish you had a laptop as well. That would be awesome. You could join us in game. If only. Narwhal Man. What a nice name. Also, person I know called Bagel is now playing a game. It's kind of weird with Steam giving those pop-ups. Like sometimes you see very strange names come by, and then you're just like, wait, who's this person? Do I know this person? And then turns out they're just someone you know from like way back in the days, and then they they suddenly changed their name. Look for a nearby random ship's transponder. Gotcha. Well played. I am impressed by your pathfinding skills. See, there are slowly more people dripping in. How are you guys? Hope you're having a great day. Have you been checking out the game since the latest patch? Because it's quite good. At least the patch has been quite good so far. We'll join you if we're staying at your house. I see. You're away. How's the bigger asteroid treating you, mate? It's freaking. Oh, it's so good. I've actually I used to kind of stick to hand mining for a long time, even though we had lasers available, but like lasers weren't tier 1, so I didn't use them back on this ship. But now that we have those massive asteroids, I had to resort to lasers. I just couldn't not to use lasers anymore. So I've added lasers onto this ship, and it works. Well, it's not like a good laser setup. They're just fixed and pointing like slightly in and up, but it's so much faster. Holy shit. Wish Satisfactory had copy-paste settings tool. Oh, does it not? I thought it did. But I might be mistaken for another game. Mistaking it for another game. Words are hard, as you may know. But yeah, that would be a very good addition if it doesn't have it. All the corrodium. Look at this Duke. I only have 96 crates, but like, it's so good. Yeah, this is the exorium I gathered earlier. It's all I have right now. Apart from a few random bits of other ore. Let's not use let's use I. Then we transfer 95. One stack had like a few voxels missing. No, it doesn't have a few voxels missing. It's actually 1728 kilovoxel. So we're looking at like a few voxels. Less than 1,000 voxels missing. Probably less than 500 voxels missing. There's one, it's a GUI element by overclock, I believe. So there is a copy settings tool. I swear I had seen that before, but I'm not, like, I don't play Satisfactory nearly often enough to say that with 100% certainty. Is that an asteroid or is that a ship? I would hope this is a ship. If this is an asteroid, I'm going to be very confused, but I assume it's not. Oh, it appears that it is... Yeah, it is a ship for sure. It's a laborer, I think. Although a slightly chunky one. Looks like a fairly stock one even. Wow. It just looked a bit weird because of the LOD. Lovely LODs. Give me a second, by the way. I notice I have the big lamp on, above me on still, which is quite bright. That's a lot less bright. Much nicer on the eyes. Still stuck in the SSC trying to finish my ship. Yeah, I can imagine. What kind of ship are you making? A large miner or? It's really bad. Oh. That makes sense, I guess. Let's see. I should teach myself to turn the collector off, but on the other hand, it really doesn't matter because it doesn't draw any power as long as it's not like actively sucking ore in. You need to enter every machine by pressing E and pressing Ctrl. I see. It would be very nice if they had like a tool where you could say, hey, copy this machine and then paste it onto an entire line or an entire field. Yeah, that would be much better if you could copy to like a large set of machines at once. Forced to SSC even. Oh boy. Oh, the yacht. Sheet. I'm looking forward to seeing what that will end up as. How far along is it? What do you have done on it? What don't you have done? Get to finish the shake weight. The shake weight. That is an interesting name. Where does that name come from? Because that is a curious name. I think the game can be at full volume, wow. Mostly just bolting and a little beaming to do. Oh, very nice. So it's almost done then. Are you gonna buy that on live? Made a macro for Ctrl V on mouse 4. Ah. Nice. A good feature. Macros are so good. They make life so much better. I believe Barry named it. I see. So I should bully Perry to tell me why he named it that. Is a shake weight like a thing that I should know about but don't? Is it like a term people use for whatever object it may be? Because I've never heard it before, but might be something that I just don't know about. Also have access to Munch's station. Okay, we're popping out the fog and oh, there's Agitite. Could go back for that one, but also should be a bunch more around. We should also gather some other material, by the way, not just corrodium. At least Bastium and Ice and Nergite and Vocarium. Because those are required to buy ships. And I have something else to show you still, which is a ship I'm working on right now. I have finally accepted tube meta. Not on this ship, but the other ship. However, I did try to make it slightly nicer than the average tube at least. Behaves like a shake weight. Okay, so I'll have to look up what a shake weight is then. Let me... Sank leave him a Sank was here sign, thanks for the cable joke. But then I need to like get his ship first, you know? I can't just go and steal a ship because I don't have access to it. If you plan to buy it on live, you should be able to fly around, do whatever with it. That's fair. So knowing you that whatever would most likely be YOLO development, or do you do a lot of other stuff nowadays? Because it does seem like a ship that has a lot of space for stuff like that, right? This is the one with the fairly open, like, area in the middle of it, right? Or am I thinking about the wrong ship? Didn't it also have, like, the fancy decorated wall? Or is that not the right ship I'm thinking about right now? Because that is, like, the yacht I remember you making. But it could, of course, be that I am completely wrong and it's a different ship. Might as well. Let's see, by the way, yesterday I forgot to send a link to Munch's stream after our own, which he was live at the time, so I need to not forget that this time. Shakeweight is the one I showed you going boom last week. Oh, I see. Boom is good. It's a lot smaller than it looks. You're probably thinking about the right one. Gotcha. Yeah, it feels really big. I saw the picture, I think, earlier of it. I assume that's the right one anyway. If you sent a picture of a work-in-progress ship recently. It looks really quite large. Which is cool, though. Like, it's neat if you can make a ship that looks bigger than it is. Especially if it feels larger from the inside as well. That's something I just don't... I don't get large ships. I really don't. Don't see how people can stay interested in a single ship for long enough to make a large one. New thruster angle time. Oh no. More angled thrusters. Why are you doing this to yourself? Are you a masochist? What's the disco floor in the front? Ah, yeah, gotcha. Then I am thinking about the right one. That's a really cool ship, though. I'm looking forward to seeing that one fly around. So, yeah, you should totally stick to Origin 7. It's the best Origin, and then I can look at the ship. Haha. Let's see. We have another nice asteroid here. I think I'll go grab that one. Oh, also, let me show you the new ore scanner. New script, really. The ore scanner is the same old one, obviously. Changing the angle, that's all. Ah, I see. Still, though, angled thrusters be like, ah, pain. Although, they're not that bad. They're not as bad as people give them credit for, usually. The MFC can handle them pretty well. Look, it should now display, instead of saying... Okay, it does take a while for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. I feel like the ship needs to stop moving before it actually scans. Here, now tells me this is 200 stacks of agitite and 71 stacks of chromium. Which is a nice upgrade, I would say. Boop on the laser again. Alright. Here we go. Wait for it to spool up a bit, because it should be at like 15%, I think, still. And then we go zap. Zippity zappity. Right, get in my belly. There we go. We must consume asteroid. Another asteroid. Getting in my belly. Very tasty. To be fair, chromium does look a bit like meat. You know? Fleshy ore. Turn the headlamp back on. I don't have any lamps mounted to the front of the ship. Maybe I should, but effort. I'm lazy, you know? I'm a remarkably lazy person. But I probably should add some lamps. Oh, it seems like we are once again full on material. Had to use some really cursed thruster mounts just to fit 16 crates inside. Uh-oh. They barely fit because it's so small. Wow, I really did expect it to be larger. Wow. I'm impressed. You've made a small ship and you made it look big. I usually try to do it the other way around because I don't like large looking ships. Try to make large ships that look small. Although then I give up because it's a large ship and I just can't be interested in the same ship for long enough. Oh. Whoops. A little excessive on the thrust there. Out of fuel. Oh no. That means our first units are almost out of fuel. I have one that's a bit fuller, but I'm just gonna dunk that out because I honestly don't care about it. Oh, I should make a recycler tool too. Don't actually remember what I needed for that. Believe it was something expensive. Okay, let me check actually. Like, do this and then... Oh, there goes the unit rate. Okay, the unit rate is now in the shitter. I'll need to quickly go and remove all this agitite. Otherwise, you know, I can just turn on my personal collector. Is that button? Might be the wrong button, actually. No, it is the right one. Cool. Now I can just hover in and become the vacuum. Assuming the game wants to give it to me. So all your large ships are rectangular. Yeah, it is easier to build. But also, like... Why is there these gaps? Oh, that is still being filled. Okay, that's good. Guess I'll go and mine this last bit by hand. Should really collect all the other bits first. But like, there's a bunch of gaps in my crate still. We'll do a little hand mining because my fuel rods are out and I don't want to swap them purely to then start mining the same rock again. I'll just swap them when we start traveling back to origin. Oh, that's a bit laggy. No, I don't want to collect agitite. Don't give me the agitite. Give me the corrodium, boy. Miss me with that bullshit. Give me the cool shit. Good. We're collecting corrodium again. No, not agitite. Corrodium. It's right in front of you. Endo dum dum. It seems like it's collecting like 1 or 2 stacks of each material and then switches to the other one. I'm not sure if there's actually any logic like that in it. These are all already small chunks. That's good. Let's gather this bit up. There is really a lot of ore. Getting agitated over agitite. Wow. Wow, I see the level of humor we've arrived at. I gotcha. But that is fine by me. think I should be almost filled up at this point, right? Got a bit to go still. That's fine. Maybe I should have... sounds better when you say it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Maybe I should swap out the rods and just use the laser instead, but meh. Can't be bothered. Don't want to swap out rods, even though I'll have to anyway. So I'm also gonna like open the window a bit, because it's getting quite warm in here already. Freaking Starbase heating up my PC. Okay, hopefully that'll be a little bit better. We'll see, and otherwise I'll just like open the door as well, or whatever. Even though the rest of the house will then be able to listen along to whatever I'm saying. Which is fine by me, but they don't necessarily appreciate it themselves. Whenever I'm streaming, they hear whatever I'm saying. Because the house tends to do that here. This house is one that really likes to transmit your voice very well, basically. I guess transport? Not sure what the word would be there. Starbase makes an excellent space heater. Yeah, it does. It does indeed. Unless you run it at like 4 pixels, but then it does become quite a challenge to play. Did that recently, made some interesting art. We did that over in the Epic server, where we were just messing around with a few people, and then we're kinda messing with windowed mode, where if you're in windowed mode, you can just like scale the window by hand, and you can make it super wide or super tall. And if you then take a picture with the F1 tool, like the, or if you take an F1 thing, you get a screenshot. But that screenshot will be super stretched. So it looks really weird. Basically, you can make super long endo, for example. Kinda strange, but also sort of fun. I feel like we're getting... Oh, we are... No, we're not full yet. Felt like we were almost full, but maybe not. Oh, we are almost full. This is good. 4 copies of Vegetite ore. Let's gather a bit more corrodium if we can. I would like to have some more. It's ironic how the stream is titled Mining with Lasers, and then I'm mining by hand. Oh. No, Mazra, I do not know. That is something I wish I knew, but I don't think Inventory V2 is coming for the next little while. Given the whole development slowdown and stuff. And I do not know how far along the development of Inventory V2 is. Like the crates, but also the new layout, where all the ore you have would be in a single... All the ore of a certain material would be in a single stack instead of being like 100 stacks. PC becomes Space Eater, it was nice in the winter, yeah. Sadly we're going towards summer now in the Northern Hemisphere, so it's going to be a lot less nice. Summers have been quite warm lately. I'm not sure how that's been for you guys, but here they've been significantly warmer than they used to be back in the days. Same with winters though. We haven't had any ice skating opportunities much. Normally you could like basically get on natural ice every winter, but none of that lately. Which is sad, because we have like this big tradition in the Netherlands where we do a giant ice skating tour. Well, not we, but some people do. And it hasn't happened for quite a while now, which is sad, because it's always really cool to see that many people try and do some ice skating for a very long distance. It's like city to city, which is pretty sick. How many more do I have? 2 copies. Well, I don't even care at this point. I'm not gonna fill up 2 more stacks of corrodium on this stack anyway. Those are my stations, so we should go the other way. There's Origin 7. Then we can check what I need for the recycler tool, too. I think I'll just... If it's like some sort of rare material, I'll just buy it, probably. But we'll see. I don't actually know what it is off the top of my head. But I can just check. I think I know just about what I have. I think I have everything, because I believe it was corrodium I was missing. It was gold as always. Oh. Well, I wish it was gold here. Gold... That's the thing, like, a lot of people like summer over winter, because it's nice and warm, but... See, if it's warm, then how are you gonna not be warm? You know? like in winter, if you don't want to be cold, you just put on more warm clothing. And in summer, you're not gonna put on less clothing at some point. That just doesn't work, you know? At some point, you're walking around in your underwear in public, and you probably shouldn't be doing that already. So, it's not a great idea to take more off. I hate summer. Yeah, I hate summer as well. Well, I don't hate it. Like, it's fine, but just don't expect me to be productive, please. People want you to, like, do stuff in summer, you know? They want you to, I don't know, go work outdoors or whatever. Work in the garden. And I'm just sitting there like, how the hell do you expect me to work in the garden? I'm freaking so sweaty that I can stick to a wall, you know? Luckily, it isn't summer yet, so now it's all fine. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie. Hoodies are good. Hey, Siamir... Oh, man. Siamirul? I don't know how... I'm not sure if I pronounced your name right, but welcome, dude. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. We are very slowly at 65, 70-ish meters per second traveling back to origin. Like the spring when it's the perfect temperature. Yeah, spring is great. And this spring especially has been really cool here. We've had like a mix between like snow. We've had literally the only snow this year during spring. And like super nice and warm weather like we have right now, where it's just a clear blue sky. It's not super hot yet. It's like, I think 20-ish degrees maybe. Celsius, that is. So it's doable outside. It's warm if you're in the sun, but if you're in the shadow, it's not super hot yet. And during the nights, it cools down nicely. Which should be happening soon. I think it will be cooling down over the next hour or so quite significantly, so that's great. So there's like 6 inches at one point this spring. Jesus. I always have to think about like how much is an inch, but that's like 2.5 centimeters, I believe. So that is 6 of that is quite significant. About 24 degrees about a month ago. Wow. Yeah, that is very... That's slightly on the warm side for me. It's still okay-ish, but it is getting towards being too warm. I much prefer like at most 20 degrees Celsius, and then it yeah, like anything below that, but like above, I guess 5-ish to 20, that's kind of my ideal range. And then if it snows, it can be below that all I want. -10, oh my, that is pretty cold. Yeah, we don't get those kind of temperatures. We did, I think last year, we had like 1 week where it was kind of suddenly -5, -10-ish. That was shocking for us Dutch people. So whenever it gets cold outside and it starts snowing and stuff and freezing, our public transport network just completely dies. It's insane. Like, for some reason, the moment it's the same in autumn, by the way, like, or fall, whatever you want to call it. The moment something happens to the railway, be it gets cold and slippery, or it's too rainy, or there's leaves everywhere, they break. Everything stops working. It's kind of funny, but also it's kind of painful, because I do use public transport quite a bit, being a student and all. Since, yeah, that's the thing. Students here I'm not sure how that is in other countries, but students here have like free public transport, which is fabulous, but also it's kind of annoying when it doesn't work, because you're not prepared to use any other solution than public transport. You don't really have public transport. I see. I guess, honestly, though, like, that's the thing. I think you're in America, right? Like, America is just so large that I guess public transport doesn't work all that well, where we have a tiny country, so public transport is fantastic. You know? Normal winter temperatures here is about -20. Oh man, that is really cold. At the same time, though, I wish we had those kind of temperatures. I would be so happy if we could have some serious cold temperatures here. I think this will need a power pack. It does. I now have a scrapping tool. Apparently I can scrap my save zone ship, which is something I should be careful about, I feel like. Otherwise I am accidentally going to scrap it. Where are you that is super cold? Yeah. You pay for bus. I see. That is less ideal. Can you mine on the moon? You can now. That's been fixed in a hotfix today. Every moon can be mined. And a lot of moons have different resources. And all the moon belts now have ore as well. So, yeah, there's suddenly a whole moon mining like option that's been unlocked. Now, okay, while we're at Origin, let me show you the ship I'm working on, okay? There's 10 people here now. That should be enough to show off a ship, right? It's, some of you may have seen it before. I'm not actually sure if I showed it off at all before. I know I've showed it off to the old Epic crew, but I'm not sure if I've shown it on stream. Anyhow, let's see if I can land myself in here. Not the ship. The ship I'm gonna store, but I'm gonna try and land myself. Yep, there we go. Oh. Haha. Smooth landing. There's no wind that works at any temperature. Yeah, that's fair. Our public transport just... Nah. Whenever it's slightly different from, like, kind of average temperatures outside, it just completely dies. It's insane. Also, we are back on the live branch, for the people that don't know yet. So, everything we do now actually matters for the game. So, this is the Peregrine YOLO that I've been working on. This, it doesn't do anything different from the normal Peregrine yet. But it looks kind of stupid. Look, it's the old ship, but then it has all this YOLO strapped to the outside. I've removed the original YOLO holders in favor of this. Which is, like, the reason I do this is because, yeah, like, I want to develop some YOLO stuff. Seeing your stream and thinking to log in now, I forgot all of the buttons. Uh-oh. That will take a while to figure out. One thing that is different, most likely, if it's been a while for you, is the inventory screen, which used to look like this, and it will now look like three separate screens. If you want the old system back, like I'm using, that should be in, I think gameplay, is it in there? I actually have to look for it. Wow. It's somewhere in here. Controls, menus, there we go. You can bind old inventory and then remove backpack, equipment, and station inventory. Or this combination, or all these combinations. Like everything up to research tech tree, you'll want to have unbound, and then old inventory, you'll want to bind. In my opinion, this is, for now at least, a superior system. It just works easier, I think. But I can see why people would want to use the other one. It's more customizable. But yeah, this is the funny ship I've been working on, which is going to be really cool. This is going to be, like, this screen is going to be incredibly YOLO heavy. I think it doesn't do anything different yet, other than display is 0. I haven't yet figured out why that is. The rest is just the same macOS as it's normally. I think. Yeah, it still does the slow generation. I have a setup where that generates within a tick, so for the people that have been complaining at me over on Discord that this was too slow, I have a fix for it. Also, this the Sosig is the ship I'm working on. It's a miner tube, and I think it looks kind of interesting. It's far from done, but it's also, I think, kind of an interesting ship. I'm really happy with these tanks. I think they look freaking great, this segment. These thrusters I like a little less, but they also are kind of necessary with how slow the ship would otherwise be. And then we have this big thruster block, which has these outer thrusters are angled. So this would all be a fairly condensed thruster trail coming out. I think it should look sick. And I'm going to make these thrusters like their own separate thing, which I can just turn on to say, yo, go at like full speed now. And then these I'll have as the normal thrusters, just because I want to be able to see it without these enabled. I don't like how these will look, being the old extra trails. I want it to be like this singular beam of thrust coming out. So I'm going to have those on a separate kind of switch. And then in here I had a placeholder for the new displays because we didn't have them yet. So I have some placeholders here. This ship is going to have the old, or the new fancy version of macOS on it. And then it has these little thrusters, which are, or these little mining turrets, which are a lot smaller than the normal kind of mining laser turrets. They're not that much smaller, but they are definitely smaller, and they look much cooler, I think. And this is my own custom design, of course. Haha. Because why would I use something that already exists and makes life easy if I can make it super hard for myself, right? We have this old scanner here, and I need to add some collectors, which I actually did not think about yet, but I think I'll just cram those like on the inside of the thrusters here, and then at the top, and then here on the side there or whatever. It'll probably be fine. You know, the collectors don't need anything too fancy. Hey, Techo, how are you? Look, I've built a tube. Which, oh man, these sections too, I'm so happy with how they turned out. I do still have to add the inside of the thrusters, obviously, but my god, I'm super happy with this ship. So far, anyway. It's far from done, obviously. Working on getting the generator setup for it done. Which should be enough to power all the lasers continuously, since pulsing no longer works. But then we'll see if that actually ends up being the case, or if I have to add more. But that I will all try out, obviously, before actually buying the ship. It's quite expensive compared to my other ship. This one actually uses like a bunch of Igitium and Exorium and not Corrodium. Corrodium isn't expensive. Glass, which glass is an alloy which you have to make, and alloys are a pain, but that's fine. And then some Carnite, because I think Carnite might be for lamps on this one. I'm not actually sure. Is it for lamps? Maybe not. I don't know what the Carnite is for. Might be for enhancers, actually, now that I think about it. I think those... Let me check that. I think those might use Carnite. They do. That is where the Carnite comes from, then. It is, for now, all Tier 1 thrusters and stuff, but I think I'll swap that to being Tier 2. Because running this off of Tier 1 is just... no. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this propellant tank setup as well. I'm not yet sure if I'll keep this this line in here. I do kind of like it. I think I'll put like some armor on the inside though, to make it still have the gap and still have the exposed beams, but not have the full inside look. Which I can actually check if that would look okay right now, because that is very simple to do. Let's go into the special plates. I think I used 15 degrees here, so that would be a 15 degree inner 144 that I would want to use here. I think like that. Yeah, that should do. And then I would kind of want to pull it all the way through to, I think a 72, yeah. There. I would want it like this, and then that should kind of cover the inside, and then I want, this is not in the right spot, by the way. That is still, this isn't the, it's not a 15 degree, it's a 30 degree. That's an end. Saying's being stupid, don't worry about it. I have my moments, you know? And this is not one of them. Oh man, let's add like the right parts now. That'll help. And then I can copy that over, and then we can see what the actual setup would look like. And I think this would be a 144 by 144 and a 72 by 144. Looks like it. Wonderful. Okay, now we paint this all the same shade of light gray that I've been using on the outside. Here, like that. I think that would look much better. When's Satisfactory stream? I don't know. At some point, maybe. I should probably do a Satisfactory stream at some point. It is a fun game, but I do have to figure out how it all works again. It's been a long time since I've played. And the last time we did that, it didn't go super well, I guess. It was kind of madness. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I think this will look much better with it not actually showing the interior compared to this. I like this better. Absolutely. Keeps freezing. Oh, that isn't good. Does it give like any crash logs or whatever? Or does it just freeze up and not respond at all and not warn you about anything? Because there have been some issues with NVIDIA again, which is really annoying. But I believe they're fixed for NN. What does the NN mean? Is it no? But yeah, there have been some issues with NVIDIA again, which is really upsetting. The whole PC just freezes. Ah, shit. That is quite annoying. I wonder what that's about. I think there have been some performance issues, which I'm not sure if those were addressed in today's patch or if that is something that is being looked into. I have heard more people say there's been performance issues, and I know I have seen a dev comment on it, but I'm not actually sure if that was supposed to be in today's patch or not. Because I didn't fully follow what was going on there. Did I ever... I think I did show my station at some point, but we could go and check that out. It's quite large. It's really, really large, actually. The Origin Beta station, that is. The Alpha one is... Let's check out the Alpha one first. It's going to be quite a trip to get there, but... should be okay. We can do it. I have a recycler tool. I want to try if I can recycle the station. Because that I do not actually know if that works. And then there's no. Ah! I see. That makes a lot of sense. Also have some displays. Well... I guess this one is actually being used, but... I have one display that I can use for this this display. Could have it just cycle NecOS colors. Should be something, I suppose. Let's also make sure I pause this chip before it actually does anything important. Let's see, where is it? Click. Boom. Paused on line 20. Lovely. Here's the speedometer, by the way. It's very small, and I really, really like it. It's a really cool, small device, I think. But yeah, as you can see, we are not the fastest in this ship. Am I heavy, by any chance? No, I shouldn't be. Oh yeah, they buffed the recycler tool, by the way. It used to be 50% that you got back in material. It's now 75. So you get back a rather significant amount more material from salvaging. Which I think is quite okay. You know, makes salvaging slightly better. Because it does also take a while to do. So at least for now I think it makes sense. And then they still have options to make the station-based salvaging tool better than this one. They can also just nerf this one at that point, I suppose, if they want to. But it's also already just slow. Now we need accelerometers. Well, the main thing we need would be a directional kind of thing. Because like an accelerometer you can technically build, I guess. Well, I guess for measuring gravity, you would technically need one that... Yeah, like, what I think should be done is that this device should be made just a linear speedometer, where it would only measure along its, like, lengthwise axis, and then you could just have 3 of these, because they're tiny, you know? Even on a ship as small as the Peregrine, I can fit 3 of these no problem, if I need to. So, I think it would be just fine if we had this be a directional device. And it would kind of make sense that, like, it's longer in the direction it measures, you know? Instead of it being just global ship speed. I think that would be a great upgrade for it. I doubt we'll get it, at least anytime soon, but I think it would be quite nice. Let me add that to the research, sorry, the suggestion thing I'm making, if I haven't yet. No, I don't think I have yet. Cool. So let's add directional speedo, or speedo. Cool. Speedo should be directional. Lovely. Alright, yeah, this is going to be quite a long trip. I wonder if I have anything I can do in the meantime. I guess I can make a NecOS display out of this one. Let's set... This is the basic display, right? Yes. Do this, set this to 0, and set show cursor to 0. And then I think I have some code somewhere. Let me open up VS Code. Grab whatever code it is I need. I have this this old LogoGen code, which isn't going to work right now because it needs a few custom device field names. Oh, obviously that won't paste nicely in a single chip. 8 minus G1. Not actually sure what G1 is anymore. Oh, that's generate. I need to remove that. I'm just copying over whatever code I have right now. Or for originally, I guess. And then I'll add on to that later. I'll just change it around a bunch. Oh, I need that to be there, not there. So yeah, I have all this. This is from the Peregrine, the original version. But a slightly adjusted script, which I am going to adjust even more. Because currently it's not nearly good enough. But that is going to be just fine. Let's see, I should be able to just have this. Cool, that's going to stay on pause for now. I need to occasionally look forward to make sure we're not crashing into asteroids, you know. Because that would be less than ideal. We'll probably still crash into an asteroid, but, you know, that is fine. H1 shouldn't be there. I1 is A. This is just the logo script it's doing. M1 should be 0, but that is already 0 because I set that manually on this ship. Which is fine. So M1 doesn't need to change. S1 is... Don't actually remember, don't care. I have that somewhere. Hold up, I can see this. Oh, show cursor, which is already 0 as well. S is S1. I don't know why I do this. Oh, I did that. I have this. This is an interesting setup I've done. Not actually sure why I did it that way, but it's probably fine. And then I do a bunch of this, which is just pasted in a nicer way. I guess I could do that in a more compressed fashion, since I don't care about it being nice looking with the generation on this ship. It doesn't matter. And then this can also go there. Now it should do it in two lines, and then this should just be oh, okay. And here we just say H1 equals because it's U1, right? Oh, I can't actually change the U on this display. Shit! I just realized I can't do this because this is the basic panel. No, it does still have a grid display text U. Huh. I just completely forgot I can change the U on the basic display as well. 22 kilometers. Lovely. We're getting closer. Okay, let's make some nice RGB code. Oh, that's a bit laggy. Well, this is not great. Now we'll need to stop the ship. Otherwise, I won't be able to put down that ship. This is quite tricky. I'll have to slow down completely before I can put it back in. That's a thing that I hope they'll fix at some point. I'm not even sure if that's possible to fix, but I assume so. Where, if your ship is moving, you're basically unable to put anything inside it. I think we're still actually moving slightly. Are we? No, we should be completely stationary now. There we go. Now we actually are stationary. Cool beans. I don't know why that picked it up. Probably because I was in cursor mode. Let's make sure we're still aligned. Mostly. For some reason the ship seems to be slightly unstable at times, which I'm not sure why that is, because it is reasonably well balanced. More than well enough, anyway. H1 plus equals, let's say 10 for now. Plus H10 minus 360 times H1 larger than, let's say 355. I'm not actually sure what value I'll need there, but I think 355 should be fine. Go to 4. Now I'll need to rename some fields, which does appear to help, you know? If you need things to work. It'd be nice if drag is disabled on individual parts inside ships. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be kind of... Or, like, if it's just disabled for a little bit, one should drop a part or whatever. Like, you know, if I drop something out of my inventory, have it follow whatever ship it's closest to for a little while. Also, how are you now? Hope you're having a great day. Or night. I don't know what it is for you, but... whatever it is, I hope it's great. Let's see. This would be Y1. This would be X1. This would be I1. C1 I don't need, and this would be H1. I think they should, in theory, work. Do I have any other fields I'm using here? X1, Y1, I need a space here. X1, Y1, I1, H1. Should be everything. Let's go. Check it. Here we go. Yeah, that works. Might be a little too fast, so I'll set it to 5 instead. Let's make this like 58, and then make this 5. Slightly slower now, that's a bit better, I think. But yeah, this is like the... I guess the preview for Neko has to... Oh, that didn't look right. That definitely did not look right. Yeah, it does some weird... kind of funky whenever it's moving. 59? Make this 359. Oh, the players on the ship are not... Passengers on the spaceship are not permitted to enter the safe zone. Oh, there's a safe zone straight in front of us. From some person I do not know. Wonderful. Okay. So, here's Origin Station Alpha, almost. We might actually see Beta, which I don't want to. Yet. Don't think I can get that out of my view anytime soon. Maybe we'll pass just far enough by. I think we'll pass just far enough by so you won't see it yet. Because Alpha is like the basic one I've built. There appears to be another station right in front of us. There is. There's so many stations around the place here. We're almost at the right station though. You can get really close really easily on these stations. I'm basically inside it. Nice. Let's see. This is like the small one I've built later. The first one, back in the days, earlier in CA, or early in early access, you couldn't actually like build a station that was too large because then the game would just lag out. So I had to abandon the old one, which was much larger than this one. Oh, it seems like our fuel rods are actually empty now. The old one was much larger than this one, but it just lagged out like crazy. So it didn't work anymore. I sadly had to abandon it back then. This is my small one. We'll have to wait for the sun to come around before we can really see it though. But also we'll need to switch out some fuel rods. Let's I guess we can just grab them now. Because we are supposedly within station inventory range. Yep. Okay, I do need to grab them first. Be nice if I could just press F on them immediately and just grab them, you know? Guess they did all still have some fuel in them. Oh, hey, that seems to have changed. The detection for when fuel rods are illegal seems to be a bit more lenient now. Don't know why you're doing this, game. Going to do it for all of these on this side? No. Cool. There we go. All switched out. Should also have updated this. Yes. For some reason the propellant is draining really slowly, by the way. Here, so this is our... I'll just fly the ship closer. I don't want to fly back to it later. But this is our small little second outpost, which I've called Alpha. Which is weird, since it is technically the second one. I realized too late that this was the second station and not the first one. So I gave it the wrong name. It also has 2 station expansions available, even though it's really small. Conveyors don't transport items. Classic satisfactory climb mode. Uh-oh. That is not practical. Basically, what this station was built to do is my laborer could fit perfectly in here. My expanded laborer, that is. It actually, like, it slid right in here. And then you could just park it. You could just kind of drive it up to this bump and it would just stop, you know? Because that's how bumps work. And then I had this walkway system. This is a system that I designed myself. Where all the parts are like modular. And then we have this central section with the old freaking station core. Which I hate that we have to use a station core. But on the other hand, it's fine. I just wish we could expand further in like specific directions. Oh, this is where we did some testing for... both the Ore Museum and also some other stuff. I don't know what the Do Not Press did anymore. I don't think it does anything, really. It seems like it was already pressed, so it doesn't seem like it does anything. I have this resource bridge, and then we have this single ore cube, which I don't know what material that is, actually. Volkite. Great. It's the cheapest shit we have. Oh, and there's a bunch of names for the Ore Museum we have. My first rock. Oh, that's the first rock I mined. Or I gathered. Yeah, we have some nice names for it. And then here we have a single, like, little refuel point. Not actually sure if it still has propellant, but... The watering hole, the fuel... Oh, yeah, these names. I remember these. They're great. Sankey's Jerry Can. which is the one I went with for now. Seems like this switch broke a bit though. It doesn't seem to be doing too well. Can I like repair this with a repair tool? I don't think I have a repair tool, but could I? I assume that still works. Let's see. I was going to check my station inventory here. It seems like there is a bunch of stuff in here. There's also some of these items, which I don't know what they are. I'll just remove them, but like I can't do anything with them other than remove them. There's a bunch of random junk here, and then some factory hall parts that you can't transport yet. That's sad. Switch has gone to Brazil. Yeah, poor Switch. I feel bad for it. There's search right here. Plutonium. Oh. I do quite like this. I'll take all the expensive bits from here. This is Arcanium, I think, right? Yeah. And some of this crap. Oh, I really like this, actually. That means we have some... Does that fit everything? I don't want to bring Valkite. I guess I could bring some of the Vocarium. If there's nothing else I need to bring. Are these save zone stations? Inside? Inside. Ah, that's too bad. I need an outside save zone foundation. So having more inside ones won't do anything good for me. Guess I can bring a fuel rod. Although it's kind of a lot of space, but I can just cram that in a rack somewhere. Let's see, anything else I should bring? We have some displays, which I don't need. I'll just bring the Vocarium, whatever. Should also probably not bring Agitite. And I guess we have ice as well, near origin. The rest is all like core material, so I will bring those. Hey, Ninja Wolf. What's up, dude? Is this all still... It looks like it's still all fine. Why did I bolt this YOLO chip? What even does this YOLO chip do? It's a generator management script, duh. Should have expected as much. This rod is doing just fine, though. Wait, is this chip just not running? It is, but it's not using any power. It appears. Interesting. This seems to just not be using any power whatsoever. As in the chip isn't. Oh, no. There is a radiator on here, so it should be able to carry at least this amount of production. Stored battery power is going down, so something is draining power. We are just, for some reason, not venting it. Is this an old radiator? No, this is a new one. They did get updated. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what's up with that. It's fine. Didn't find the terminal in Station 7. It's in the SSC on the side. The same place as it is in all other stations. There's like... How do you call that? Yeah, basically in the ship design hall. There's one on the side next to the stairs. Like in the middle of the stairs, but on the ground floor. Also, let's check out Origin Beta. Do love how your ship looks. Ah, thank you so much. I am very happy with this one, although it is a little too slow. I should still add some more thrusters. But I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. This is my old station. This one is now buildable again, but it was quite laggy back in the days. Like, this used to break your inventory. If I had any of the parts... Sorry, not your inventory. It used to break your hotbar. If any of the parts I have on this station were in my hotbar back in the days, the station just broke. All your ships behave wonky. It's like all the generator... It's like a generator won't go over 10% from the max output. Oh, it could be that the ship is overheating with the new system. Have you added any heatsinks? And like made sure you have enough of them? I did something wrong here, by the way. I'm not actually sure. This is probably just wrong code. Check what the actual thing looks like, what it's doing. Two, three, four, five. For some reason that jump is weird. I should probably set this to like a lower value. 350 or whatever. Let's make this 350 and then see if it works. See what that'll do. What is this? The base. This is my old station. A station I built a very long time ago. Right from the menu, my reactor goes over 1400 heat. Oh, then you will need at least 2 heat sinks, I guess. Oh, I missed the actual change now. Shit. I didn't pay attention. Feels bad. Let's see if this works. It's going to red slowly, and then it's much smoother. Nice. We now have a much better animation. Oh, there's some freaking laborers here and stuff. And one of Oakham's ships. Not actually sure. Like, I know whose ships these two are because they have transponders enabled. I don't know who the others are. Let's see if they have a transponder, because I'm kind of curious who parked their ship here and who still has it here, because this station hasn't been mined for a very long time. So any random person could have just claimed this after the update. Nobody did. I claimed it back. But they could have. Let's check. Does it have a name? Infinite Query. Okay. And the other one? The other ones? Apparently there's more than one here still. We have this one, which has a transponder. Great. Always good to see transponders on ships. Also Infinite Query? Okay. Man's been putting out some ships around here, it seems. And we have this one. This one looks cool. I'm not actually sure whose this is as well. I should keep up to date with who is where in the universe. From our lovely little company. Oh wait, this is this ship. I don't know whose this is, but like I know the design because I believe this one is in the ship shop. Transponder? Transponder. Anywhere around here? Does it even have one? Maybe it just doesn't have one. Could be. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't have a transponder. I don't see one right now, at least. It isn't hidden in the front, is it? No, I think it just doesn't have one. Great. It's not, like, unowned, is it? No, it doesn't look like it. How strange. I don't know whose ship this is, but we'll see. I'll just ask around in the Discord at some point. But yeah, what I was wondering now is whether I can scrap this station. So I don't think so, but... Oh! Actually, looks like I can. Although my inventory is full, so I can't actually collect the bits, but it appears that I can in fact scrap the station. That is quite nice. That means I can take this whole thing down. Because while I did enjoy building it for a little bit, it is not the kind of look I'm going for in the end. I am going to work on a different kind of modular system. I'm also not going to have a station here. But this is going to drain a lot of power. That I know for sure. Let's check how fast it's going. That's already at 990. Also, it's kind of bugged, where it uses more power than it should actually need, I think. We could expand 9 extra zones here, by the way. Which is pretty significant, you know? I'm not going to be doing this the whole time, by the way. I'm just going to kind of quickly check whether this is feasible or not. Because there is evidently quite a few blocks here that I need to scrap. So I just want to like remove one of these bridges. This, however, this is a system that I believe is the case anyway. If you don't fully collect the beats, we're at 955 now. If I do this, it should have still used power. Yeah. That's kind of something I don't like about this tool. It uses power even when you like misclick, which I wish it didn't do. I wish it would like use a bunch of power after you collect a part. I think that would be a much better system, but then again, not sure if the devs agree, obviously. It's their game, but that is what I would like to see for it. You do need to get really close to the ore pieces to pick them up, but that is okay. Won't be chatting in this live. Ah, see you around then. Oh dear. Okay. Collecting these modules is loud and really weird to look at. But it's also kind of cool. And it doesn't drain more power than collecting... Oh my god, I'm gonna turn that down. It's freaking loud. Guess it's like a mining laser in that aspect. I guess to a degree, yeah. The mining laser also just uses power, that is fair. It also seems not all parts necessarily get collected. Ah, I meant chatting, you'll keep watching. I see. Alright then. Well, you're more than welcome to. This is quite a loud tool. On the other hand, I like the fact that it takes the entire module down at once. That's definitely a good thing. Otherwise, this would have taken forever to do, this kind of stuff. Is it going to leave that one piece behind again? No, not this time. I should probably park my ship here and turn the collectors on, because that would be a much easier way to collect. But like, this is fine. Oh, it does want you to wait before collecting a new piece. That's probably for the better, otherwise I could see this becoming incredibly buggy. Wonder how that is with multiple people. Will it wait in like for the per station thing, or is it a per person thing? Kind of the delete queue, I guess. So how much power did a single bridge there take? 85 power, that really isn't too bad. I think this is viable to take down the entire station with. Especially since I have a bunch of power packs here still, I think. Yeah, I have quite a few power packs here, so it should be all good. I'll take a speedometer, and I will take the Aegisium ore, which apparently... Oh, I got from the other station, not from this one. So I will go and collect that real quick. Lifeline connected to Pinnacle. Great. That is what I need, because the Pinnacle is the ship I will bring back, obviously. Okay, let's see. I want Aegisium. I want Bastium, Exorium, Cutonium, Nergite. Oh, apparently I'm full, so I'll remove the Bastium for now. I will take this Nergite, please. And then is there anything else that's a bit of Vocarium? I don't think there's anything after the V. At least back when I was building this. Yeah, there's Valkite, but that is technically before it. So we'll bring back a Vocarium as well then. And then we are nice and full on material. Okay, great. Let's start heading back. Nice little display. Oh, I need to occasionally hop back in my seat, because that's the only way I know of to realign your endo to forward. Heard that now the game includes heat mechanics. This means that you can redistribute heat over the ship via pipes. Ish. It's not so much redistributing, but like you could always use pipes for your cooling system, but now instead of having radiators spam all over your ship, you have a few heat sinks, which let's see, is there a way for me to get out here? Yes, there is. There is the radiator still, but you don't need nearly as many. I have way too many on this ship. And then underneath there, you don't really see them all that well here. There is these little cubes called heat sinks, which have like a transfer rate and an amount of heat they can store. And it is a much nicer system. As long as you have enough heat sinks, you really don't need all that many radiators at all. So overall, the systems will get a lot more compact. And you could put either of these devices anywhere. The heatsinks can connect, like the basic shape, I guess, heatsink can connect to your generators directly, like I have in this setup. But you can also connect them up through pipes, through hardpoints, through ducts, through anything. It's really pretty nice. And the radiators now can go straight onto your heatsinks, and they can go straight onto your generators. But they do need heatsinks to more effectively transfer heat from your what do you call that? From your generator to your radiators. So most ships in the new system will need a or multiple heat sinks. There's a pretty detailed page on the wiki about this. If you go to the Starbase wiki and take the heat mechanics page, it's pretty in-depth, and I think it shows it pretty well, but if you still have questions, of course, always feel free to ask. But yeah, overall I think it's definitely an upgrade. It's a much I guess, more clear system. Also because your generators now actually, like every part that generates heat now shows how much heat it's outputting, and how much heat it has stored, and how much heat it can store. Oh, you linked it up there. Ah, wait, I don't actually see any link, but still, thank you, much appreciated. That might just be YouTube being weird. You have enough cooling, you can fire guns non-stop. Oh yeah, that is very powerful, especially combined with those new centralized storage things. That makes guns really powerful now. Also, I should probably go and get this one, the tripod autocannon. That was an asteroid that came really close. Why is the tripod autocannon not in weapons? Feels a little strange. I guess there's other tripod guns in here. The railgun and probably the laser as well. But like, why is not, why is the basic tripod not in there? It's weird. YouTube doesn't hyperlink stuff, it seems. Oh, that would explain. It's somewhere up there then, probably. Would you say it's worth getting? Yeah, the minigun's great, but like autocannon or like tripods, just spamming a few tripods seems pretty cool. Minigun, yeah, that's new. It's quite expensive to get the entire tree at least. This is one weird looking loop here. But yeah, to get the entire tree, it's quite a few points. Not actually sure what the single thing is. I could technically, I guess, calculate that. It's probably not nearly as bad. Minigun go brrr. Yeah, it definitely does. Have you tried it out yet? Like on PTU or whatever? Because I haven't, and I am curious how brrr it really does. I also need to get the navigation stuff up. I want to move out from Origin, but like, with the current SSC halls, you can't like build your ship without having credits. So you have to go back every once in a while to get credits. Which I don't like. I don't want to be dependent on credits. But hey, that's alright. If I understand well, you can't move the air, heat, or cold from one area to another to ship using pipes. There is no, like, heating system like that. No, it's not like air conditioning kind of heating. Or that having hot parts at some point of the ship matters more than having them in other parts. It's purely that you need to cool all your parts, basically. Yeah. Alright. Always glad to at least try and answer, but I did misunderstand what you were asking. Yeah. Apologies for that. Let's see. I am mostly full on material, right? Yes, I am full on material. Then I won't be going around collecting stuff over here. This is going to be a long trip. Can't get it on PTU because it needs materials that aren't in the dev menu. Well, you can still mine those, right? It needs materials that aren't in the dev menu on live as well, so... Mostly because there is no dev menu, but you see, that is just a little side note. It's not an important fact. That is awfully close, that asteroid. Also, click. This is dangerous to do, having moving parts on a moving ship. Oh dear. Did you see that? The ship just kind of moved me off to the side. Does it do it again? No. It only did it when I closed it. Hear this, what the heck? The ship just decides it's time for you to move. Cool, my door actually moves my character. That is probably not a good thing. How fast, how slow are we going? 75-ish, that's not as terrible as I had expected. The last trip I did back from out here was full of exorium, so we went at like 60. That was quite painful. Not leaving Arma because it only has a 250 kilometer transfer range. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Why are you at Arma? Is that like the place to be now? Okay, the ship looks so much friendlier with the lights on. It's well, it looks more alive, I guess. You know, there's just more going on. This is cool. What is causing that lighting there? Oh, that's these lights. Shining onto these. Interesting. So yeah, this is going to take a while. I should add this as a like passive animation to the actual normal displays as well. Arma has been where all the PTU PvP has been. Ah, I see, I see. Oh, you don't want to leave Arma on PTU. Ah, that makes much more sense. I thought you meant on live, and I was like, wait, why are you at Arma on live? Confused. Bleep. That still works fine. Hey, there's a ship here. I guess canceling doesn't work if I don't have a... if I don't have anything scanned yet. I should probably add that. Which it does here. ZSSR, Z plus equals... No. Oh no, scanned resources. This is where I check for that. I'll have to fix that up at some point. Oh, it never turns it off now. SR larger than 0. So I should make this 1 plus SCN, and then minus cancel, I guess. Which was, what did I call that again? RST. So that should technically work, I think. Now it starts scanning. When I cancel, it goes back to... Oh, no, wait. SCN equals 1 minus... No, I don't want to set SCN here. Hey, Drone, how are you? SCN minus equals RST. That should work. I can turn it on. It'll start scanning. And it turns off when I press the reset button. And it should also turn off when I press this button again. Cool. Now it actually works. I'm doing just fine now, Drone. How about yourself? And your live account is stuck at origin. How come? How is it stuck at origin? Duke, what did you do? Why are you stuck? Okay, now I just need to add like a scanning text, which wouldn't be a bad thing. I should move this all down a bit. So this would be 8 minus, I guess 7 still. Because I'm all starting at line 2. This would go to line 5. This would be here. This would be here. This would be here. RST go to... This would be 2 plus SR. Larger than 0 plus SCN minus RST. And this would be here... go to 2 plus SCN. And then here I want to do... A. We have A already. We have B. We have C. I have D free still. D equals... Scanning. Let's do some /n's. Scanning. So here I say this one or equals D space. Cool. It should just about work. When I press this now? No, that's oh yeah, wait, I need to make it go back to 0 first, obviously. So I want this to go back to 1. Now I gotta have it go back to 2. Ah, see ya, Duke. Enjoy. Have a very good day. And hey, Guardian. I wish there was a way to use large amounts of older ship parts in new blueprints so that my huge miners weren't useless because of the heat changes. There is technically a way to do that. It's painful on larger ships, but it is possible. If you have a ship and you remove all the thrusters from it, that you'll have to do by hand. You can bolt the ship to another ship, and then you can put it in, like, if you do that in the repair hall and then repair the ship you bolted the to be removed ship onto, then it should I actually reset over here. Cool. It should remove all the bits from that ship. Someone is calling me right now. That is interesting. Not actually sure who's calling me at this hour. But I am not currently looking to call people. Alright, we are back home. Finally. It took long enough. I really am not sure who's calling me. But they seem to really think they need me. That is not necessarily ideal. If they really need me, they can send me a message. It would be much more useful. But I guess they're not going to, it seems. Let's slow down a bit, shall we? Hey, it's all caps. Hello there. Let's break and we do the old inventory and then we dunk out all the material again. Transfer all. We have a bunch of stuff. Wow. It's all partial stacks though, which is... I wish those would transfer over nicely. Oi. It seems all caps is having trouble flying. SMH my head. It's quite interesting how such a small ship can completely throw a larger ship out of whack. Guess we'll just go and fly back this way again. Let's do some more save zone mining. Just had to do something so weird. I removed the FCU so I can util search through the ship to see which names are occupied and which not. You removed the FCUs for that. And why is that? Why did you have to remove the FCUs? It just feels strange. It doesn't feel right, Drong. What did you do and why? Why are you bullying the poor game? I have found a superior cookie. Oh, the MFC. Wrong. From someone that has as much shipbuilding experience as you do. Ow. FCU doesn't hold thruster names. But like, yeah, I guess that makes sense then. A lot more sense anyway. But why do you have to remove the ones that aren't used? Just to figure out which ones you had free, or? It does sound quite painful. Seems like we're already seeing a large purge of asteroids again. It's already draining quite significantly. Oh, we're entering a nice field again, though. That is promising. Also, there's more people actually streaming Starbase now, which is good. It's wonderful. More attention for the game. And one group that needs to be renamed. Ah. Well, that sounds fun. It sounds very fun. Oh, I see Duca sent me a picture of the ship he's working on. I just now realized this because I don't actually hear pings when I'm streaming on Discord. So, that is awesome. It is indeed the ship I thought it was, which is a quite large ship. It also appears that for some reason this display keeps turning off. It's not actually off, is it? No, it's not actually off. I don't know what exactly is up with that. Let's gather some Nurgite, I think. We'll gather a Nurgite and some ice. So just a single one of these asteroids should fill up the ship completely. Which is quite nice. We'll need all the ice we can get for that new miner. Assuming, of course, this is Nurgite, which doesn't necessarily need to be. That's a scanning text now, which is good. Oh wait, no, crap, I need to do something else now, otherwise it's gonna keep the scanning in there. No, it's not. Wait. Oh, yeah, I say... I say add. Well, I guess I can just keep the number there. That's fine. I say how many ores it's collected, or it's found, which is a good thing in this case. But that's Vocarium, which is not what we're looking for. So that is too bad. We could also just go for more corrodium, but like, no. I already have corrodium. I don't need more corrodium right now. I do like the upgrade to show stacks instead of volume. Ah, crap. Slightly too fast there. It happens. Not every landing can go smoothly. That is also Vocarium. This will travel a little further into the belt. Let's head this way a bit. The sun is once again at a terrible angle. Hey, how are lasers? That thing is huge. Yeah, that thing is huge. Lasers are good, although turning them on takes a while because I've set it up like that. And yay, so many streams indeed. I am, because of the new update, I'm just constantly playing Starbase, so I'm just streaming all the time. Icons. Oh yeah, we have icons now. We have all the cool stuff. Also, your ship that you parked over at my station a long time ago is still there. And so is Hernivo's. Both of your ships are still parked at the same station. Okay, let me check if I can get this display to show up again, though. I'm kind of confused as to why it's even off. Yeah, they really are still there. And that's been like months now. It's pretty cool. Also, stroopwafel. Yes, it is a Kanyer. And right now, so yeah, that makes sense. The only tip I can give really for plating is just keep trying. Keep grinding at it and keep practicing just angling weird stuff or plating weird stuff, because there's indeed, like, there's a bunch of plates missing that could be that would be necessary. Jesus. Strong's doing some weird shit again. Oh yeah, I was going to unbolt and rebolt this this thing. For some reason it just doesn't work after a while, and I don't know why that is. Let's add another bolt to be sure. Oh, there is a limit. It's quite large. Basically everything you could post on Twitter or Facebook or whatever social platforms people use nowadays, you can also paste in Starbase chat. Because I believe those have like 140, I think for Twitter it's like 140 characters, right? New update any good, or is it still dead? It wasn't dead beforehand, in the first place, but it's definitely a good update. Unrelated to whether or not the game is dead, the update is absolutely fabulous. Look at all the amazingly large asteroids we have around here, and this is close to Origin. These are mostly tier like 8, 9, 10s. So mining has definitely gotten an upgrade. We have moon mining now, which is sweet. We have capital ships. We have more station features. We have player station SSCs, which is great. Even deciding how to start a single ship is just not happening. That is fair. It is quite challenging to plate certain ships, absolutely. Can only agree there. Wolf, moon mining is here. Indeed. And let's see, Milita Echo. It wasn't dead. Again, I'll say it again. Because it is the truth. You may not like it, but it is absolutely the truth. It wasn't a very busy game, that I will give you, but it was definitely not dead. That would mean no development, no players. SB is fabulous now. It is fabulous. This update, at least, is what I would consider pretty nice. Then again, so have the previous few been. But this one is definitely nice for live. Like the last few have been PTU updates, obviously, and all that stuff is now over here. On the, I guess the main server. which is really cool. We can finally mess around with all the goodies. I think this is Nergite. Oh no, that might actually be Vocarium as well? I'm not sure. Vocarium changed a bit in its look. It might be Vocarium. Crap. Well, shit. Guess we'll fly some more. It's fine though. We're still like so close to Origin that doesn't even matter if we have to fly a little bit to get the roid we're looking for. These are not the roids you're looking for. Let's see if this one is the right stuff. It might just be. Might also not be. Only one way to find out. Although, it looks promising, I guess. No, that might actually be... That's Vocarium. Just you wait and see. Yep. These are large asteroids that we're finding. Limit is 1094. That's such a weird amount. It's like just about not any other normal number they could have used. Wonder what that limit comes from, or whether that's just someone smacking their keyboard when typing in a number for an artificial limit. Maybe they took like a specific text and were like, you know, this is going to be our limit. Okay, that's not giving me what I'm looking for. Let's go, oh yeah, there's definitely quite a few more asteroids now. It's fantastic. There's large asteroids everywhere. Let's move a bit further towards the stations, and then we'll see if there's any Nergite there. Having a hard time finding it here. But that might just be that I'm in the wrong, like, bubble. Because next to, like, the general kind of zones the belt has, like the onion layers, there's also, as far as I know still at least, the pockets, where certain ores have a higher tendency to spawn in certain pockets. And I guess this just isn't a good Nergite pocket. So we'll move to the next one. Somewhere else. Also, it seems like thruster sounds get muted a bit when you've had them on for a while now. Like, quite significantly muted. Notepad++ was wrong. Oh, what's up then? How many characters is it? Is it by any chance 1000? Okay, 1024 makes much more sense. No more grinding 5 hours just for a tri-fin anymore. Oh, absolutely. You can now grind for like minutes to get it. That is assuming you either buy what you need and just grind money, or find the roids you're looking for. Which I'm having trouble with right now. I haven't actually had any trouble finding any ore so far. This is the first time it's not cooperating, which I guess happens. You know, occasionally. That is also most definitely the wrong stuff. I am sure I'm looking in the right asteroids, at least. Break. This one I can't look inside. Let's do a little scanning. It seems like if the game lags a bit when I'm scanning, it has a higher tendency to double scan certain ores, which is just really weird. I don't actually know why it's doing that. You could also potentially, by the way, use the speedometer to get an FPS reading on your ship, if you know the normal speed of your ship. You either move the face cam or the chat up. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I'll move the chat up a bit, I guess. That's probably the easiest thing to do. I'd have to edit this, right? Oh, no. Hold up. Lock window. Should be a bit better, I assume. Should be right above my my head now. Might be time to get back to the game after like 6 months now. If any time would be a good time, now would be it, I think. There's also, like, of course, the option to wait for longer, but if you do want, if you would like to get back to the game, I think now would be a great time. Because, well, now is a reasonable time. The universe is full of asteroids, you can mine anywhere. There's a bunch more players than there used to be, which is quite nice to see. Everyone should get back. Well, I wouldn't say so necessarily. There's of course still a bunch of stuff missing. So for people that are looking for a finished game, it is not in the right spot yet. But for people that are looking for something that at least you can like enjoy a little bit now, and like you don't necessarily lose everything real quick, you know, it's much better. There's a lot less bugs than there used to be. There is obviously still a bunch of bugs, but even if you lose your ship to a bug, it's much easier to get back now because, well, material is everywhere. I do expect the auction house prices to drop quite significantly too, but that hasn't happened that much yet. There's a bunch of materials that are like right above vendor price, which is decent. But there's also some stuff that's still relatively expensive. Like I think tier 1 materials kind of have been, like the market for those have kind of been crashed. If there's much point waiting longer now, well, you could always just say like, you know, I'm just gonna wait till the game is further developed, which at some point is likely to happen. Just that is true, it will take a long time if you were to wait longer now. So it might be better to look, like if you're looking to get back at it, and for a at least more fun experience, now would be the right time, absolutely. Let's see. Can we find any Nurgite whatsoever? Game doesn't want to give it. The best time to learn the game, nothing big will change. That is also true. For people new to the game, now would be a perfect opportunity. Is that a custom ship? Absolutely is. That's Vocarium. That's too bad. This is a ship I've called the Pinnacle. It's my little small 96 crate miner. My ship is lost in space somewhere. Oh, that isn't great. Has it dropped out during warp, or is it just you don't know where it was when you, I don't know, transferred back or something like that? Or you just fell off and it flew along without you for a little bit. If that's the case, though, it should be relatively close to where you were, although I'm not sure if you're still there, obviously. Where Nurgite? Gib Nurgite. Hit a roid. Oh, you lost your cabin. I see. Yeah, that is not ideal. This is Nurgite. And it's a decent roid. Finally, we found what we're looking for. Yes. Very nice. Now wait for the scan. I'm curious how much it is. 73 stacks of Nurgite. That is enough. It's not like a full load, but it's enough for me to say, yo, that's okay. Let's turn on the laser again. Oh yeah, you can get up to 10 laborers, that is true, but if you had a like fancy custom ship, it is painful to get back to a laborer. Even though with a laborer right now it's relatively easy to get it nice and chunky, but still it's not as nice as having a decent ship. Laborers got your back and then the EBM nation attacks. Yeah. That's your manatee at your moon station like 5 months ago, and I haven't returned to it since. I know it's still there if it drifted off into the abyss by now. As long as nobody loaded it in, and even if they did, it's likely still there. But there is of course no guarantee. Like, wait, if it's like moon station back then is like a belt station, right? That should be absolutely fine. Just earlier I visited one of my stations, which is in the Eels belt, but still, it's not a zone that people come a lot. And there are like 4 or 5 ships around there, and they're all still in the same spot where I last left them. And I haven't visited that station in, I think, since like week 2 of CA, or EA, sorry. So it's been quite a while since I visited. And the same goes for the other people whose ships are parked there. So they should be all good. I would recommend checking it out. I'm gonna check. Although be careful if you're going to the moon, because there is, given the increased activity, there's potentially pirate activity near the moon gate. So you may have to be slightly careful there. This is so much better than mining by hand. It's so much quicker. Hope so. Miriam, it's been a week grinding for the thing. Oh boy, yeah, that does sound a little painful. The manatee, that's quite a large Oakham ship, isn't it? I always forget which ships are which, but I know he names all his ships with an M. A tradition that I've kind of picked up on with my my P. The Peregrine and the Pinnacle. And now... sorry, and the Prospector. With lasers, who are you? I know, right? It feels so weird using these. I feel like a heretic. They're also just fixed lasers right now. I have to, at some point, set up a decent script for them, but I just haven't taken the time for that yet. Get a mammoth instead and make a big money. Yeah, but, like, any ship gets you big money nowadays. It should be good enough. I don't want to have this collector on. I do want to go into my inventory. Remove, like, a bunch of ice. I would like it if my collector would collect the Nurgite instead of ice right now. They buffed mining lasers. They seem a bit faster than I last played. Could be. I think at some point they buffed them, but they also have had a somewhat significant nerf where pulsing them is just not an option anymore. Which I think kind of like making pulsing less ideal is not a bad thing, but having it work in a different way is like the current implementation is kind of shit, I think, for how they nerfed pulsing out. They nerfed my whole freaking ship, and I will make it an at everyone problem. It's wrong. Wait, D2me, what do you mean cars move by themselves? Like autopilot kind of move by themselves? Because yes, that's the thing. Is towing asteroids worth it now with the size increase? I would say yes. You can make a decent chunk. If you're going purely for money, you can make a decent chunk of money off of that. Because I believe towing asteroids also pays like 50% more from what mining does. Like bringing in materials. So with the size increase, you should be pretty efficient. You will need a 60% more, even more. You will need a pretty beefy towing ship. But you can also use a tow beam if you want. I should mount one on this ship and just tow asteroids back. Although you need to attach like a ship to the asteroid for that to work. And a part card I've moved to the middle of road. Oh, well that is not ideal. Dreading having to fix all your ships for new thermals. It is, depending on your ships, it shouldn't be that bad. It's not ideal for obviously a lot of ships, but it shouldn't be super terrible for most. Like, unless you're fully dependent on the old enhancer mechanics, you should be pretty fine with just adding like 1 or 2 heatsinks on most. Okay, am I going to... Well, I guess I can bother mining that last bit of Nurgite. Or at least vacuuming it up, because apparently I angled my ship slightly wrong. Yeah, it's more Nurgite. Give me that. That's the stuff I'm looking for. Is there any more Nurgite here? It doesn't look like it. Well, there is some, but just not enough. Okay, then we'll head back. And we'll drop this load off. Wonderful. Like, this ship I prepared for the thermals, so it was really easy to do, but on most ships, you can do like similar stuff to what I've done here. Except I had a nice place to work the heat sinks in behind these radiators. But on most ships, you should be able to just take like a few cube or beam or plate or whatever heat sinks and just slap them on, pipe them up, and be good. Again, unless your ship is fully dependent on the old enhancer mechanics, because those work very differently from before. They no longer do anything on fuel chambers. Which is why they would throw off ships that depended on them in the old system. Okay, it starts scanning and then I can cancel it and it will just reset to 0. Oh. The fog is a bit weird looking. This is interesting. I think we're kind of tripping, man. I don't know what's in this fog, but it sure isn't healthy. Ooh. Very trippy. Some interesting rendering stuff going on there. We are still only going like 75-ish. We're not exactly the fastest, but that's fine. I don't need speed. Who needs speed if you can have a fancier looking ship, right? Although the tube should be a little faster than this thing. I think. Maybe not actually. I would have to check, but I think it should be significantly faster. Since this has 16 triangle thrusters. Like 32 triangle thrusters in total. And then the other one has, I think, quite a few more. Moongate's still being camped. Not sure how actively it is being camped, but with the new player influx, I would assume it is. I think it's safe to like. I think saying yeah, it's probably being camped is a safe assumption right now, because I feel like the people doing that would see this time as a good time to do so. You know, with there being more new players, more newer-ish players. And I can only agree with them that if they want to do it, now would be a good time. I don't necessarily agree with them doing it, but that's a different story. You know? It's up to them if they want to be that kind of person. Drong. Really? Oh. We're over 500 concurrent players. Again! That's 2 days in a row. Let me grab the old SteamDB. Let me also put that in the other... I want to keep this here. Let me put this in this tab. Cool beans. Charts. Oh wow, we are. We're at 547 according to SteamDB right now. Are weapons still expensive or are they reasonable now? I'm not sure what was considered expensive. They are craftable though. I don't have any of them unlocked, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what they cost to craft. Because, well, I could technically unlock the infantry basics, but meh. No need. All I care about is this tree. I haven't really unlocked much recently. Hope the devs see this as a chance to correct their mistakes and get back into full development. Well, getting back into full development isn't based on whether they change their attitude right now. What they do is, what they need to do right now is get another game they're working on published, which me and a lot of other people assume is going to be something like a Trine 5, but we're not certain, of course. It might be something completely different, and that would be interesting to see. I'm very curious what it will end up being. But that is the main focus right now. And after that, hopefully they'll be able to get back into full development. I agree, but we can only wait and see there. There's nothing certain about what's going to happen just yet. So yeah, best we can do is enjoy the game as much as we can right now and then see where it goes. I know I'll be enjoying it for sure. And I have been for a long time, and I will for a long time coming. I'm so tempted to unlock the tripod autocannon, but I know I don't have the materials to craft it, I believe. Because I think it needs like a bunch of further into the belt stuff. Which I don't have yet, you know? I just don't. We are almost back at Origin, though. Which is wonderful. Being back at Origin is good. I'm just sad I have to work tomorrow. That makes sense. Yeah, I know, right? It's so busy. So many things to do. Like, freaking... How do you show the C instead of company in chat? Drone, if you right-click the chat, you use use short channel name. You get that. Oh, fancy. Well, it's very nice being able to just talk to people in the company chat. It makes it nice. It makes life nice and easy. Cool. We are back at Origin though. Let's dump all this crap out. Transfer all 70 Nurgite and 24. It's technically 71 and 25, I guess. We are stacking up nicely. Oh, we did have a lot of Nurgite. No, that was Vocarium. Well, we had a bunch of Nurgite. I guess we'll need some Bastium now, because we really don't have much of that. Let's actually check what kind of stuff that the new ship is going to need. I kind of forgot. Like, just a general idea of how much of it we'll need. So we'll quickly hop back into the SSC, just to check that out. Have they cancelled any features due to slowdown, or is it just going to take longer? Just going to take longer for now. I haven't heard of anything being cancelled yet, which is a good thing. But yeah, a lot of things are likely to take significantly longer, basically. We don't really have much more info than that. What's up, Drone? What did you just do? Open or manage? Let's grab the Soseki real quick and see what the material cost is. Found a website that wants a premium from you for letters. Is it by any chance Discord? Inventory 2.0, 5 years later. It sounds about right. Missed sank by a few seconds. Ah, sadness. Okay, so we need a bunch more ice, and we need Bastium and Agitite. So we have all the Vocarium, Vocarium and Exorium and Corrodium we need for this thing right now. That's promising. We'll probably... Yeah, we will need more Corrodium because we don't have the thruster internals in place yet. So we're going to need a lot more Vocarium. Or Corrodium, sorry. And then, for now, just a lot of Bastium, mostly. Right? Mostly Bastium, I think. Yeah, we need 75 stacks. We have 4 stacks, so... Cargo crates seemed like they were close to release. I'm going to work on it and get released. I don't know what they are going to work on during the slowdown. I know cargo, like other types of crates in general, are still planned to come at some point. But I really don't know what is coming and when right now. I should probably poke a developer about that if they know, but I haven't yet taken that chance, I'm afraid. I should soon though. If I know more, I will let you guys know, of course. Most likely through streams though. Premium. Oh, like this. I see what you mean, Drong. This is weird. Very weird. It's quite confusing at the moment. It is. I think it is for everyone right now. I just went back into the SSC, even though I wanted to spawn a ship. Good job, Sank. But yeah, it is absolutely a very confusing time right now that I can only agree with. It is also, however, with the new update, an interesting time. Because there is suddenly so much to mine. We need to grind down all those asteroids. Held too much back in the PTU, so players lost interest in the game due to the lack of live updates. Like, on the one hand, I agree, but with people already complaining about how broken things were in the PTU, I'm not sure if that is really too much. Like, there were a lot of things that needed, like, supporting features and stuff before they could be added. Like, capital ships, for example, are only ready since last week because the we didn't have any means to make alloys yet. Things like that, where we have, like, a feature, but it only works in PTU because there are no supporting features for it yet. We've had a lot of that kind of stuff, and then just stuff that's straight up broken. Which is why we didn't have, or don't have, sieges yet. Because it just doesn't work well yet. But yes, there's also definitely stuff that could have brought to live quicker. Held in there for 4+ months. I don't think all the stuff was, but yeah, a lot of it was held back for quite a while. They did seem to focus mostly, or want to go towards mostly having, like, the occasional live update, just it being a larger update instead of having basically weekly or bi-weekly updates on live, like they did on PTU. I'm not sure why they made that choice. I would have liked to see it differently as well myself, but it was a choice they made, and yeah, I guess it's their choice to make. Although, yeah, I agree it would be nice to have had live updates. Maybe not every week, because there hasn't been stuff that should be added to live every week, but like bi-weekly or whatever. At the very least monthly, that would have been nice. But oh well. At least we have a lot of stuff now, which is great. Now we just need asteroids. They focus too much on new features rather than getting new features, or getting features ready to release. That's the thing. They were doing both at the same time. The team at least was. Currently, it's of course not as big anymore. But like they had a lot of sub teams where, if a certain feature was ready enough to add to PTU, they just added it, and then it didn't necessarily mean that they didn't focus on finishing up other features. Where that's just different teams working on different things. So they kind of, yeah, they didn't really, they couldn't really plan how long certain things would take because some things just ran into issues. So that is kind of, I think, the main issue that caused a lot of new stuff to come to PTU, but not a lot of stuff to be ready for live, at least in their eyes yet. Which is, of course, not ideal, obviously, that I agree with, but it's also, I guess, adding new features itself, because they're working in different teams, isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I would have liked to see more stuff get pushed to live. much sooner than it was now. Let's see, we need some Velkite asteroids now, because we need Bastium, and that only grows in Velkite here. At least as far as I'm aware, and as far as most people are aware, I think. There's a nice big asteroid. It's also quite far away now. Let's go and see if we can get a different one. Slightly further this way, maybe. Because I don't want to fly all the way back now that I just got out here. Bastium grows in Velkite. Yes, it grows! The target of the game is very big, which needs many other small things that together will make the whole thing work. Yeah, that is definitely true. That's something that makes it really hard to, I guess, enjoy the game right now. Because a lot of stuff needs other stuff before it's either enjoyable or before it even works in the first place. Like, capital ships needed a lot of other stuff before they could work. And a lot of other things need supporting features as well still. Like, Inventory V2 is something that a lot of things depend on. But Inventory V2 itself also depends on many other things again. The closed alpha didn't necessarily go well. It was just that there wasn't as large of a public that didn't understand the state of the game back then. Because that is something, I'm not sure if that's still the case, but that's something that happened a lot early on during early access. Where a lot of people didn't really understand that the game is still very much in alpha. That it's not a game that's like a, hey, we are almost done, here is a build you can play. But more a, hey, here's this tech demo. You can play around with it if you want, but if you're not looking for a tech demo, please don't. And that is... I always blame that on the players, because I think it is the players' fault. But a lot of people do seem to blame Frozen Byte for that. Even though I think they did at least all they could to communicate that. But then again, people's ideas of what early access and alpha means is quite different. Well, this is what early access means, this is mostly what alpha means. And that is what is still... I think that it's stated on the Steam page and everywhere you can find information about the game, but the game is still very much in alpha. And I think a lot of people read over that by... Like, they saw the trailers and they saw the videos on the Steam page and they saw, hey, I can buy this, and then they clicked buy, booted up the game, and realized that what was shown in the trailers, at least the newer trailers, the old one, I guess technically everything that was in there, apart from the compressed crates, still works. But the newer trailers are just a more accurate depiction of what is currently in the game. So they just saw those videos and were like, whoa, this seemed like a super cool game, and then picked it up and realized, oh, it has its fair share of bugs right now, and it just doesn't feel like a finished game yet. If it's a testing base, the devs should have treated it as such too, rather than basing their development off the sales of it. Thing is, we don't know the financial situation of both Frozen Byte and their investors. So it's very easy for us as players to say that, hey, they should have done it a certain way, but we just don't know. That's the same thing. We don't know why they suddenly didn't have the funds to develop the game anymore. It could very well be, for example, that an investor of theirs is like based in or around Russia and suddenly had their funds frozen. So they just don't have the means to support or to invest anymore. And then that is something that could suddenly slow down development like this. You know, we just don't know enough to like make any claims about that. Which is why I'm always super hesitant to say, yo, it's Frozen Byte's fault for doing this and that, because we don't know. We just don't have the information, which is annoying, but it's also sadly how like being a company and running a company works. You can't just give all the information you would want to give or people would want to have, because your investors might all pull out if you spoil too much. No, Starbase is not a new project. First, now there are lectures from them presenting the game in 2014. It's been in development for quite a while. I think the initial concept for Starbase, which was a completely different game, by the way, don't get me wrong, the game has changed massively over the last few years, or the concept of the game. But the original concept was, I think, from like 2012. Back then, though, it was basically what is now capital ships, but then less customizable, warping around and fighting each other. it was quite different. And I am glad we're going in a different direction from what it used to be. Very much so. Oh, this is only 74 stacks of Bastium. That's not too big. It's quite a small asteroid, this one. First idea for the game would be a stationary spaceship. Yeah, but like they could warp. Like stationary as in they wouldn't fly around. Yeah, it's super jank. It's really interesting. I'm not actually sure what the stream delay is like. Like it appears to be really low on my end, but I'm not sure what it's like for you guys. I hope it's doable. But it seems to be like a minute or so-ish. At least for some people. Then again, that is still reasonable compared to what we used to have, where it was like a solid 5 minutes at some point. Stream delay test. Oh yeah, you can just see when your message pops up, I guess. Oh wait, you had that before I did. Damn, drunk. Sounds like another Robocraft type of game. Yes, except worse. And not, I guess, set up in the kind of arena battles or style that Robocraft is, I believe, but I'm not actually sure what the setting was going to be for it back then. I didn't even know if it was supposed to be an MMO or whatever. Don't compare it to Robocraft. So capital ships are basically Robocraft, right? Like on my side, Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V in Google Translator. Ah, that makes a lot of sense. In that case, I'm impressed that you are doing this that quickly. Want to start a fight, Snacky? Come at me, bro. I have lasers now. You can't hurt me. I have to answer a message before it appears. Oh, wow. That is impressive. So the stream is quicker than the chat sometimes? Yeah, Heps and Robocraft used to be really freaking good. But then they, I don't know, they completely changed the course of the game, really? And I just can't see myself enjoy it anymore. I know I'm full of material and I'm just crunching this all up. 350 hours in Robocraft, man. I don't have that many, but I did enjoy it quite a bit back then. I'm still sad that game got, like, bad. Because I really used to enjoy it. I just don't have players. Oh. So, comparing Starbase to Robocraft is fair. Lifetime premium in that game. Fancy. I don't think I ever... Like, I thought about getting it, but I don't think I ever decided to pick it up. The same saying, the new mode can be so abused. Oh, can it? Chungus. Let's see, I love Robocraft when they added insect legs. Yeah, wait, insect, like the side stepper legs, not the normal humanoid legs with the other ones. Those were cool, but like, you know, at least in my play hours, rather quickly after that, it kind of went to shit. Because they started adding, oh, they have like this new, well, I guess their research tree itself wasn't all that bad. But then, I'm not sure if that is actually the current implementation anymore. Yeah, the humanoid legs weren't cool. Is the research tree they had with like, where you kind of expanded outward slowly still the thing they have, or is that different now? Because that used to be okay, in my opinion. Any moon travels planned for anytime soon? I do want to get to a moon soonish, but I need some stuff set up before I can do that. And that is going to take a little bit of time still. It changed so much I don't know what it is now even. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, that is when I last enjoyed it anyway. Back when they just added the... Wait, tiered tech points? Oh, wait, like that. Yeah, that was okay. But also kind of weird, I guess. But it worked fine. Hated the high tier gun and low tiers abuse. Yeah, I have done that, but it wasn't fun. Like, that was just... The fun really quickly went away when doing that, you know? What do you think about going to the middle of nowhere with just a foundation for a station? That is what I plan to do. I plan to bring this ship, so I do have a decent miner around, and then go to far away. And then just live there for a while. Because everything I can do at Origin, apart from earn credits, I can do at a... like the different station. Nice moon per location, they put some cateos up. But Subaru, Does it have all the materials you need? Whoa, there's a giant cube flying, or brick flying by. Back then a healer had something to do, and it'll be utterly useless since a few seconds out of a fight you got a full repair. Oh yeah, wait, that's a thing now, eh? That is such a weird mechanic. I don't like that. Absolutely. Robocraft trash game. Wait, we're higher in the peak in players than yesterday. Impressive! We went over the already peak. Back in my days we didn't have healing. Yeah, okay, the healer came later, but like... The healer was nice, you know? Having the healer option was pretty cool. Oh, Hepson, is that you? Is this you? Are you, by any chance, at Origin 7? That's the second person we have flying by who's also in Twitch chat, or in YouTube chat, not Twitch chat. Bruh. Can I go with you? You can always fly along, but... Let's see, how late... What time is it even? Yeah, I can do another mining run. Hello, Hapson, it is indeed you. Hello, good sir. Ah, join channel station. Well, we're here. We have arrived. Inventory. Transfer all this crap over here. I'll need another Bastion run, so I'll just do one more Bastion run and then we'll be good for today, I think. We'll have done our part in making materials. Does it go nowhere? Oh, like that. I'm actually not sure. I was planning on doing that mostly alone, just setting up a station and then kind of working on that as I go. Because doing like multiplayer station stuff just straight up doesn't work right now. So it really wouldn't be all that effective to have more people. Spot it using your bot ship. Nice. Rip. Rejected. No, not so much rejected. Just I would rather have people visit a bit later once I have the station mostly set up, than have people like hang around when I'm building the station. No, Drong, that goes for epic people as well. I'll mostly invite you guys over when I have an actual station built. I will keep you updated, of course, but that goes the same for the stream. Obviously, you know, if I'm out there, I can't just say no streams anymore. There will be streams and there will be station building streams, partially. I'll first, whatever I do, I'll first have to take down that other station, though. That note, leave. Drawing bad. How dare you? I guess there have been people that listen to that advice, which is sad, but it is also the truth. You would enjoy some company. Well, that's fair. You had the same plan a while ago. Oh. Well, do it. What's stopping you? I have actually wanted to do that for a while, but we just couldn't. Hey, Graf, how are ya? Does that mean Munch is alive yet? Or no, Munch isn't live yet. What the hell? I can't head off before Munch is is live. Graf, do you know, is Munch going to stream tonight? That's really possible to do. It is, although you can't easily be fully self-sufficient or supplied yet, because you do need at some point credits. You're doing the same as usual, making a big ass ship. Nice, awesome. How do you search for streams on YouTube? I don't actually know. I don't think you can. Knowing YouTube, there's probably no way to. Have a lot planned out, going for an evil theme on everything. So miner first and hauler and so on. An evil station at some point. Oh. This sounds cool. I am curious what that is going to look like. What does evil look like in Starbase? Wait, Graf, did he actually crash it? No way. Did he crash the large, what do you even call that? Like almost flagship kind of ship? No way. Now I'll have to point and laugh. Poor Munch. Let's go and point and laugh at Munchkin. Hehehehe. It's our flagship for now, gotcha. But is it also your broken flagship now, I guess? Weren't out mining to zone... Oh, you went out mining to zone 2. Dark blocks and skulls. That is, I guess, fair for being evil. It does sound quite evil. Do I rebolt my whole miner? We were flying back, an asteroid spawned inside it. Ah, crap. Alright. That sucks quite a bit. Is there a clip of the crash? Oh, there better be. Half radiator's gone, still works. Okay, that's good at least. Hey, you can do it, just repair it. I offer ship repair services. Though doing so in Zone 5 will be expensive, obviously. But yes, I do offer ship repair services if you need, good sir. Then again, you can probably just plop it in your hull and have it repaired. This is 75 stacks Basium. I still have that bug where it occasionally shows more material lines than it needs to, which is weird. I went to try and repair it in the SSC and it said we needed glass. Oh yeah, that is true. You do need glass to make glass now. That's the thing. Windows, because they have been updated, they're a different part now. They need glass to re-exist, basically. They need to be remade. Which is quite painful, admittedly. Should send you my scanner code. I am curious how you use your scanner, because I'm pretty sure this is lag. Like, mine doesn't do the doubles normally either. It works fine. Yeah, I would like to see what you do differently, but I would assume it's not actually the code, given by what I've seen so far. And the fact that I don't know how badly hidden shit is damaged, I don't want to bother with them manual repair. Just do it. Don't let your repair dreams be repair dreams. Do it! Want to pick up my current project? Hell yeah. Of course I do. Why would I not want to pick up your current project? Oh, 1 second. It is past 10, so people in the house are going to bed. Which, is reasonable. Hey, it's Munchkin! Finally! He's awake! The Munchman has awoken. Yeah, Munch. Sorry, I am back. No worry. I had to say goodnight to my parents. Your ship is flight worthy, but not taking her out for some safety reasons. Uh-oh. That sounds promising. 17-hour or so stream. Munch. What the hell, dude? Freaking get a better schedule, mate. How are we ever going to play Factorio if you wake up at like 10 PM for me? Which is like the time I need to start thinking about heading to bed, because mornings. Check your DMs. I shall. Oh dear. That is quite large. Graph, have you gone mad? At least a little bit. Because I do believe you have. I'm just not close enough to use my headlamp yet. Wonderful. I don't have any lamps on the ship still, so... That is fair, you probably were already mad. Crazy man. Show on stream, that's a good point. I can, open original, that's what I was looking for. And then we can just kinda plop this on here and I say... I have a display capture open, boom, there we go. It's a big project. See, it's quite large. Want to see the current cost, do I? Not sure I do. Quite afraid of the current cost. So yeah, that's the big ship Graph is working on. It's quite massive. Like material cost. Yeah, sure, I do want to see it. Obviously. Let me open this back up. Ah! Hold up, I missed the question. Hey, yeah, Munch and I quite often stream. I stream weekly, mostly, and Munchkin streams... Well, he streams daily. I'm not sure if it's always a Starbase stream included. I don't think so, but... I would say at least like every 3 days. There's Plasma. Ouchie, that price will be high. Indeed it will be. The price will be quite massive. Wait, that's already 550 cargo? Or is it going to be 550 and is like half the space not filled yet? Oh wait, I think I have received a price update. I'll turn off my lasers real quick because I don't need those to be on anymore, and I will show. It's quite something. I don't do any PvP personally. Here's the price of the ship graph just showed. Look at that Imrium price. 228 stacks of Imrium. 157 stacks of Lucium. Freaking 160 of Gutonium. My god. This is one expensive ship. Graph. This is quite expensive. Like, really expensive. The ice. Oh yeah. We don't talk about that. 300 copies of Valkite. Delete. I need Bastium. Give me the Bastium. You have the Gutonium. Oh yeah, wait, you guys are living far out, obviously. I always forget about that. Oh, this is looking interesting. Those were sparks of collisions. Your first ship, also stupid expensive, but it paid itself back. Wait, so the first ship being the one Munch crashed, that paid itself back, or? Because that's not a mining ship, is it? Bump it. Oh, I will in a second, but I'll first collect all this stuff before I... Well, I guess I can bump it now. Okay, prepare for some lag spikes. Because we kind of just slide through because the ship is rather heavy. Oh yeah, we can thruster move everything. Oh, that's really cool, actually. It looks kind of neat. There's way too much Valkite here still. Haha. The long range... Oh. Okay, how much ore does that actually hold? How many stacks? Come over and just fly through the shit again. No, Drong, please don't. Please do not. I've actually had someone that really didn't like the fact that you guys were bullying me, but I've tried to tell them that it was fine by me. Like, if I didn't want it to happen, I would have just turned... Or I would have just left the group, you know? But I feel bad now because people think you guys are mean, which they shouldn't think. You guys are nice people, you know? A bit mean, but still nice. So, 228 for the first one. Where the hell are those crates? Because that ship doesn't look like it has any... I guess, are they in the front, by any chance? I didn't realize that was a mining ship. We're loving and caring, just not when you want it. Yeah, sure, I would like a pic. Obviously. Also, if there's any pictures you don't want me to show on stream, let me know. Because then I can, like, not show them on stream, you know? Is that a full inventory? No, not really. I guess I should mine some more Valkite then. I don't care what's shown or not. That's good. That's good. Then I shall show it. Of course. See, Drong has also sent material requirements. Let's open that as well. These are Drong's material requirements. Display capture. This is also... Well, it's not as expensive on the Imrium, but it's also still not a cheap ship. It's also a lot of ice. Nice. Is this for your Chungus miner, Drong? Munchkin, you gonna stream as well? You're gonna be live? Because this time, I will not forget to, I guess, the YouTube variant of raid you, which is just send people a link to your freaking stream. Because we need to get you to 800 followers before the end of this week. Haha, thank you so much. Have fun as well. I will join in a second. What are you gonna stream today? If you're still here anyway. Not actually sure what the stream delay is like for you. I think the SSC doesn't really like any of my ships and it takes a long ass time to load in. Oh, that I can imagine. Where? As in where Munch's stream? Because that would be over on Twitch called the Mr. Munchkin 21. They actually added raiding on YouTube. I wouldn't be surprised, but the issue is that Munchkin streams on Twitch and I stream on YouTube. So it's like the cross-platform version of raiding. I also haven't seen any features like raids, but then again, It might just be that my that I don't have the right OBS plugin for that yet. If there is such a feature. I haven't ever seen anything like it though. Let me check if there's anything I can find. I don't think so. Like in this menu. None of these buttons seem to be a raid-like function. So I'm gonna just claim that it doesn't have it right now. Okay, that should be all the Velkite. It seems Munchkin had already left. This is too bad. Also, oh no, I thought I saw an empty spot, but it doesn't look like I did. Let's see, what is the man stream? Oh, he is streaming Starbase. Now they unloaded the Mark II. Oh man. Yeah, that'll take a while with ships that big. It does tend to take a little bit to load and unload, you know? Ooh, we have... Drong, is that your freaking speedometer? You can just remove that now, right? Unless you want to keep it for, like, directional speed, I guess. If you mean to use it as a brake, an automatic brake of sorts. Mark II is gonna have 3 different floors in the rear, which is big hype. Oh my. Remove that. No. Oh, sorry. I just thought maybe if it's just for speed, you don't need it anymore. Yeah, as said, if you need directional speed, then it's necessary, but for just normal speed, this is so much easier. Look at that thing. It's so much smaller. I wish this was directional, though. I wish it was just like it measures along its lengthwise axis, and then you can use 3 to get full freaking even rotation you could measure with it, I guess. So like full what do you call that? Freaking speed in all directions. Big ship speedometers are unreliable and flimsy. No, they are not. The thing is, they are just as reliable as your FPS. As in, they show your speed accurately, but that is because your FPS most likely jumps around a bunch. Yeah, fair. You need directional for inertia dampening. That makes sense. But yeah, I wish these were directional. That would be so good. Slender. No, not slender. No you, Drone. SMH my head. Let's see. Let me open up Munch's stream already. I should just have that in the background playing. It might kill my internet a little bit, but it shouldn't be all that bad because it's just download being cancelled there. So it should be all fine. Very unbug of you. Drone, did you just use boomer or zoomer words? Ew. Drone used the zoomer. Nah, it's fine. It's 2022. This is just the speak of the internet. The language of online. Well, we've had 115 people open up this stream today. That's pretty ridiculous. That's like actually ridiculous. Wow. I wonder if there's now then a lot of different people than there were at the start. Are you never pogging? No. I don't think I'm ever pogging. And I was planning to keep it that way. But you know, you never know. Maybe it happens at some point by accident. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I also didn't know it was a verb now. Which I guess I just missed. It's fine. Oh man, we are so slow. Look at how fast we are. We're going 70-ish. This jumpiness is, by the way, it's not because the speedometer is shit. It's because my FPS is shit. Which is great. Should have picked up the Mark 1 without blades. Ooh, let me quickly open that. Can't load up the material cost though. Oh, it doesn't have a warp core. Okay, let's see. This should be fine. So, okay, here's a nice overview picture of that ship I showed earlier. Where, this is the ship, like graph ship that we were talking about earlier. The one he's using right now and that Munchkin crashed. It's freaking big, but I didn't realize it had this many crates inside. Which makes it much cooler, in my opinion. I thought it was kind of like more a show ship. But I guess it's also a functional ship, which is really cool. Warp core does what now? Warp core doesn't do anything anymore. It used to be required to use the fast travel gates, I guess. But it no longer is, so it's now just a legacy item, which you need to remove from blueprints before you can actually buy them. And with tier 2 nozzles, unlike the real deal, which had tier 3 nozzles. Oh my. See, the things you miss when stuck on YouTube. Oh, as in the pogging. Can you place heatsinks anywhere? Yeah, no, they have... Oh, let me show you this, actually. They are much cooler than having pipes and cables. Not sure if I can... You know what? I can open that in the browser as well. Let's do wiki heat mechanics. So, in here... Oh, this is going to be very bright, so prepare your eyes. We have these heatsinks, right? And all these little dotted bits are ducts. They work completely like ducts do. They connect to other ducts and to cables and pipes. They connect anywhere on these lines at least. I'm not sure if it connects anywhere on the heatsink, but I think it's only on these line bits, like the dotted bits. They just connect. And these cube ones, you can cram them onto your generators directly. That's what I did here on this ship. The heatsinks, they are... Oh, come on. Get back. Let's see. They are underneath here, and they are just attached, you can see it here a little bit, straight onto these generators. And that just works. And the radiators can go either on heatsinks, or on hardpoints, on generator pipe sockets, on generators themselves. They can go basically anywhere now. It's so good. Fun fact, this ship with rough calculation from doing the trip from Origin to Muncha Station, the ship with, well, empty should be able to go from one side of the belt to the other 3-ish times. That is not bad. It's pretty good, if anything. Oh boy, messages. It is awesome. Yeah, the heatsinks are freaking sweet. Okay, let's dump this ore into Origin. 73 Bastion. Oh man, we are rich, boys. I could sell this all, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep this, at least for now. I will most likely sell most of the material I have when I start traveling out to a moon. I'll probably bring a bunch of Vocarium, which I'll need to gather some more of, it seems. Let's actually check how much Bastium I have now. Yeah, this is a decent chunk of Bastium. And a decent chunk of Corrodium. I think I have enough Bastium and Corrodium for now. Nexorium, we have a bunch. Nergite, we have a bunch. We just need more Vocarium. But that'll be for later to worry about. For now, let me hand you something. It seems we have an all caps, no gaps here. Hello. Let me hand you something that you should absolutely go and check out. Okay, this is very important. This link, you should click this link and then make sure you hit the follow button. Because Munch just went live and he's also streaming Starbase right now. He's working on a giant ass station, so make sure you go check out him and give the guy a follow. We're trying to push him to 800 followers before the end of the week. Or I'm trying to push him there. He's at 797 now. That went up massively yesterday, which is super cool. So yeah, give the guy a follow, and I'll be heading off now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoy Munch's stream as well. And I will see you very soon again. Most likely with a bit more mining for now, then some shipbuilding, and then we'll start heading out towards that station, which should be pretty cool. I'm very much looking forward to building a station. So for now, have a good night. See you around, and I'll go and do some other stuff for now, I guess. I might actually hop into a voice call with Munch for a bit. But yeah, enjoy.